Hey folks, we have our second massive tool fight. This is our premium drill comparison. We've got Dewalt, Makita, Milwaukee, Bosch, Metabo, Hitachi and Hilti. So we haven't had the Hitachi and Hilti before.
Yep.
We are going to be doing a ton of stuff with this.
That's right. These are all brushless, except for the Hilti, which is a brand new Hilti just coming out right about the time of this comparison.
Yep.
So we're going to do a bunch of things, test their power in first and second speeds with big augers, test their masonry hammer.
Yep.
Performance, runtime test, driving big coach bolts, the works.
Yeah.
So we're going to put these through the ringer and then come back and report.
Yep.
Okay, so our first test is masonry drilling. This footage is sped up 5 times normal speed. I was actually planning to do 10 holes with each, but after doing the first one, I wussed out and we pegged it back to 5 holes per tool.
It mustn't have been the Dewalt or the Hitachi did first, I don't think, because those two were absolute jets. That's all we could call them all day.
That's right.
They really did go through this test easily, didn't they?
Yeah, every test actually in this comparison was done in order of the names. So Bosch always first, Milwaukee always last, with the exception that we forgot the Hitachi and the Hilti, got them the wrong way around. But the Dewalt and Hitachi just killed this test. Yeah. Milwaukee and Makita also very good.
Hilti we thought would go a little bit better through the concrete, but maybe they just say, look, it's a drill, it's not rotary. We're not excited about that.
It wasn't very comfortable, and neither was the Bosch.
Yeah.
And the scores there reflecting how long they took. Alright, just some quick close-ups. I wanted to start with the Bosch and the Dewalt. Bosch is the lightest of the group and has the least soft torque available. Dewalt has the most soft torque at 66 Newton meters and is the heaviest with its flex fault battery.
Flex fault, yeah. The Hilti, brand spanking new guys, also has low soft torque, but Hilti don't seem to chase numbers, so the weight's good. The Hitachi, you'll see there, 62 Newton meters, so it's thereabouts, and the weight's the same.
Yeah. The big story of this one is the Makita, who haven't updated their drill since our last big hammer drill comparison. It's the same one. So quite a lot older than its peers here, released in 2014.
Yep. And the Milwaukee, you'll see it's the 1 key unit, guys. Sitting there, good weight. No soft torque Newton meter rating. We can't find it anywhere. They don't provide it, I don't believe.
No, their hard torque's high. We don't know about their soft torque.
Yeah, we'll see.
Having already gone through a few of the key specifications, here are the rest. Hours and hours of collation. I'll leave it up here for about 5 seconds for you to look at. Pause if you want a closer look.
Rightio guys, up the top there you'll see this is a runtime test with a 32mm self-feeding auger. We wanted to get as close as we could to a full trade application for this runtime test. The first thing we want to note is the Bosch up there on the left. We had planned on doing all tests in this manner, but I did a big crybaby after doing this one. It just hurt too much. We do this in one sitting, so we changed it and we did them horizontal instead of vertical.
Yeah, I actually planned to do them all vertically because I thought that would actually be easier on the body, and as it turns out, not the case. So
yeah, custard arms kicked in, I think.
So anyway, after this stick, you'll see the Bosch reverts to the horizontal as well. Now, if you're looking across the board, what you'll see here is some are faster than others. The Dewalt's really charging ahead of the others in this test.
Yep.
And a couple of them are a little bit slower, like probably the Bosch and the Metabo, I think, were probably the slower two.
Yep.
But there were also a couple of comfort things to note.
Yeah, so look, they're all pretty comfortable to use, guys, but the noise of the Dewalt, you certainly notice it. Look, it's getting the job done, so there's not noise for no reason. But the thing we notice is the Hilti. It's seriously, it's like, I don't know what it's like. It's out of control. Comfortable, quiet, smooth. It's on, isn't it?
Yeah, it's just
supreme.
Really, really quiet.
Yep.
However, it did the least amount of holes.
Yep.
And that's not any real surprise because that is a brushed unit.
Yeah, brushed motor there.
Also not much of a surprise that the Makita only had the 48 holes there as well because it's 3 years old now. It's way older than all these other drills.
Yeah, I've used that one a fair bit when we reviewed it last time. I thought it would do more, but I don't remember numbers real well. So, but they need a bit of an update. Yeah. The Milwaukee, you'll see there's just kicked out at 54.
And the Hitachi at 57.
Yep, and then your Dewalt already, spoiler alert, does the most amount of holes, but it's already finished.
Yeah.
So it's just it's absolute beast.
72 holes there. And then you got the other two German brands pulling 62 holes each, a very solid effort.
Really respectable, and I'm happy that brings a Bosch up a little bit.
And then, so the scores out of 10 based on how many holes.
Yeah.
Alright, this is a speed test in first gear to see how powerful these are. We're putting down 3 big coach screws, 10mm diameter by 6 inches long, into treated pine sleepers. And you'll notice already that not all of these drills are capable of driving them all the way down to the washer, because it's such a tough task. So the Metabo is leaving them up the highest, 10 or 15mm each screw. A lot of the others in the 5 to 10 range. Milwaukee and Makita, only one screw was sitting proud, the other two went flush. Dewalt, the only one to put them down totally flush. It really crushes those washers down into the timber. Alright, so now we're doing a couple of tests in top speed to see how fast these can shout through studs and the like. So we're in a 22mm auger, and once again just letting the bit pull through.
Yep.
However, the really torquey ones try and, they go through and they try and hit the back post and keep going.
We try to pull it up in about a 35mm gap, so next time we might change the way we set it up, but they did have some guts to go, and sometimes the action just worked out really well, other times it didn't.
Yeah, for sure, but definitely once again Dewalt felt the most torquey.
Yep.
However, it and the Milwaukee finished pretty close to each other.
Yeah.
At about 35, 33 seconds.
Yep. Now the Makita and Metabo checked out electronically once each, didn't they?
They did, yep. So that, but didn't hurt their scores too much.
No.
Alright, next test in top speed is putting down these bugles into a treated pine sleeper. And these are big 6-inch suckers.
Yep.
These are expensive.
They are expensive, yeah. Glad you paid for them. Look, people more and more are using these nowadays, guys, so it's not an outrageous test. They sell a stack of these things, so
yeah.
Look at the Milwaukee punch in. Dewalt obviously finished first, and Milwaukee's only a hair behind.
Yeah. In fact, most of these just smashed this test in,
yep.
Except the Bosch and the Metabo just don't seem to have the same torque in top speed.
No, I was just going to say, they haven't got that mix of high speed and torque, I don't think, up with the other guys, have they?
No, so nearly every one of these we had to drop down to first to finish it.
Yep,
and that's why their times are significantly slower.
Yep.
So when you add up the times of the augering and the coach screws in first gear, and then the bugle screws and the smaller augers in second gear, basically that gets you a total power score that's now shown on the screen. You can see that the Dewalt and the Milwaukee are the top two for power.
Rightio guys, so wow, you know, I'm not a linguist, I don't have many words. This is just super. There's so many awesome things to talk about this.
Yeah.
So I'll give you a couple of the not so exciting things, but important things. Chuck wobble. Chuck wobble is something that can actually be really annoying when you're doing finer stuff and you know, using longer auger bits.
Yeah.
So we used a 22mm by nearly 300mm auger, and they're sort of in groups right here at the moment. These 3 units here were supreme. There's about a millimetre of deflection. We picked a dead straight auger and used the same one on all of them.
Yeah.
So these 3 here performed really well. And then these 3 here, 1.5 to maybe 2mm.
Yep.
So they were pretty.
Still very straight.
Oh yeah, no real issue whatsoever.
Yeah.
The thing that killed us, and we were surprised at both of us, was the Hilti.
Yeah.
It had about a 3mm variance, and there's actually a fair bit of movement here.
Yeah.
All the tests it worked fine. There's no issue there.
Yeah.
We checked all the chuck wobbles afterwards, but
I'm not saying it's a bad chuck.
nah.
At all. It's a good chuck. It's just, it's got the most wobble out of these.
Yeah, it has. And speaking about chucks across the board, not a single chuck dropped a single bit.
No.
In this whole test.
That's quite surprising.
Yeah, look, it is, because we've had chucks drop bits before. But look, we've done a stink load of holes, and they've come up really well.
For sure. Now, I want to talk to you about the batteries a little bit again. As I said, I wanted to use 6 amp hour batteries for all of them.
Yeah.
However, that's not what they all come with in a kit. So we've tested the lower batteries to make sure that there's not a massive power drop off or anything.
Yep.
So the Dewalt's not going to come with your flex volt, at least not in Australia.
No.
It's going to come with 5s, and there's no power difference between that at all. And it is a much smaller battery.
Yep.
Hitachi's are going to come with the 6. Bosch can come in a variety of things, including the 6 amp hour in a kit.
Yep.
The 6 amp hour is actually a little bit less powerful than a 5, which is going to come as a surprise to a lot of people.
Yeah, I didn't realise it until Dwayne had said it, and we actually had a bit of a result ourselves, and then we've seen a few other reports.
That's right. The Milwaukee is definitely going to come with a 5 amp hour.
Yep.
The 5 is slightly less powerful, in our opinion, than the 6.
Yep.
Makita's definitely also going to come with a 5 amp hour.
Yes.
And the 6 amp hour batteries, maybe actually they'll come back in stock and start selling in 6s.
Hope so.
But we couldn't get any in Australia. Not even Makita had them.
Yeah.
However, Power Tools Direct came to our rescue.
Adelaide boys.
Got us a couple of 6 amp hour batteries for the testing. So thank you so much.
Yeah, it got us out of a bind, didn't
If
it?
you like us, please check out Power Tools Direct just to say thank you.
Yep.
And then Metabo are going to come with 5.2 amp hour batteries.
Yep, not the 6.2. Sorry.
That's the 6 down
That's
there.
the 6 down there.
The lithium HD, it's
Yep.
not going to come with that. The lithium HD definitely has more ampage output. However,
Yeah.
we couldn't really tell it with a drill.
No. Other units will, but this is a drill test.
Yeah.
Didn't show a real difference.
And the Hilti comes with that 5.2.
Yeah, cool.
Now, scoring. Some of these, we can't score everything. We're not scoring price.
No.
That is an absolute...
It's a dog's breakfast.
That's
what it is.
It's a dog's breakfast to try and score it. However, I am going to show you the prices of just the skins at the end, just to give you a feel for where prices are at now in our area.
Yep.
I'm not scoring charge time either.
Now, if charge time is important to you,
Yeah.
then certainly check out the grid that Dwayne's done
Yeah,
up.
the big spec sheet.
There is a bit of a difference,
Yep.
but I don't think it's worth points.
Yep.
So the build quality, like really, we couldn't pick any of these that aren't built well, can we?
No.
You know, they're finished well, they're all tough, there's not massive flex in anything, so we're really comfortable with the build quality. The one thing that we can't do is a longevity test.
Yeah.
Yeah, if we started this thing and then 12 months later we give you the report, there's going to be 3 or 4 updates by the time that happens.
That's right.
So that's not our channel. You know, there might be some other guys that are doing it. Super, check their videos out.
Yeah.
But we're really comfortable with the quality build on all of these units.
We did bust the side handle on the Bosch though.
Yes,
That was
and
wrong.
I lost the plot after that, but hopefully it's not on camera.
Now we didn't test with steel.
No, we didn't test with a steel. That's another really subjective one, you know, how much pressure you put in on, etc. The main test that we try and do are with auger bits, because they're self-feeding, so it's pretty much once it's grabbed, it does the work, as you know, the way an auger bit works. So we know that all of these are very comfortable drilling into steel.
Yeah.
You know, there's a couple in particular that are probably quite good for that, but they're all going to do it really well for you guys, so no issue.
For sure. All right, won't hold you up any longer. The scores are thus on the screen, as you can see. Now we scored runtime out of 10, power out of 15, masonry out of 5, and comfort and form out of 10. Now you might have a different feeling for what those should be valued at.
Yep.
Based on your kind of value system. Just change them. If masonry is important to you, just double the scores. Whatever you want.
Yeah.
This is what we think is important. And so they're going to get you some subtotals out of 40, and it's not going to come as a surprise to you that the Dewalt came out ahead purely based, because it won every test basically.
Yeah.
However, it wasn't one of the most comfortable. Well, actually, no, it was comfortable, but it only got an 8.5 comfort and form because of its tall battery.
It's stinking big.
That's right. The Makita also got an 8.5 because the handle's not the most comfy.
Yep.
And the Metabo got an 8.5 because it's a bit long.
Yes, that's the main grip on the Makita, not the handle.
Not the
extended
side handle, yeah, sure. The Hitachi, Bosch, and Milwaukee were all lovely, and we gave them a 9.
Yep.
And then the Hilti, we just had to give a 10.
Yeah, absolutely.
So then we wanted to give some bonus points for features and warranties and things like that. This is super subjective. We get it. You probably disagree. Add your own bonus points. Come to your own conclusions.
Yep.
But this is what we're going to do.
Yep.
Dewalt, we gave 1 point for its 3-stage light and for its third speed.
Third speed,
I
yep.
thought they're pretty cool. Worth a point in total.
Yep.
The Milwaukee, we gave 2 points for 1 key.
Yes.
We didn't have time to go into that.
No, that'll happen at some other point, guys, but that is a cracker system that's building.
Yeah.
So if you think it's crap, you're going to eat your words in a year or two when it's ripping.
Indeed. And we also gave it a point for its 5-year tool warranty.
Yeah.
Because
That's big.
the standard is 3.
Yep.
We gave the Metabo a point for its battery warranty because it's got 3 years.
3 years.
Again, the standard is 2 on batteries.
Yep.
The Hilti, we gave 4 warranty points because it's 20 years on the tool and the battery.
Yeah, that is outrageous. When you look at the other top brands,
Yeah.
to have that 20-year warranty, it is out of control.
And you're going to say, well, it costs more. It should have a big warranty, and that's fine, but we're not scoring costs, so make your own assessment on
Yep. Yep.
that. Now, there's a safety feature of rotation control to save your wrist.
Yep.
That 4 of these drills claim,
Yes.
but only 2 delivered on for us.
Yeah.
The Bosch and the Hilti have really good
Very impressive.
anti-kickback rotation control.
Yep.
The Milwaukee and the Hitachi didn't cut it for us, so we didn't give them a bonus point.
No. We did extensive, over an hour just on these 2 tools.
Yeah.
To muck around to the point where you nearly did your wrist in because
Yeah.
you had to resort to start to do actual dumb stuff.
Yeah.
And it didn't happen, guys. So sorry, we tried it.
Indeed. So that's going to give you your total scores. And after those bonus points, the Dewalt's come out as the winner with a full marks 40 out of 40.
Yep.
And the Milwaukee just behind on 39.
Yeah. So only a sneak.
Just a sneak. Then Hitachi and Hilti pretty close behind.
Yep.
Amazing drills.
Yes.
And then you got these 3 here, which are sort of lagging the group a little bit.
Yeah, they don't seem to be right up there with them. So with that in mind, so that's Ripper. We've seen the top 3. That's awesome. That's the result we're looking for. What we also well understand, though, guys, is that there's certain jobs that you'll be doing that are imperative to you.
Yeah.
If it's steel drilling with the 1 key capabilities and the Metabo the way it is,
The Impulse.
the Impulse, awesome, which we didn't speak about the Impulse, actually. The Impulse is really good for the steel drilling.
Yeah.
If steel drilling is your thing, then you're going to be leaning towards these.
That's right.
If masonry is your thing, have a look at the performance of the masonry guys. Out of control. Really, if you need them for your masonry, you should be getting a
Hitachi or a Dewalt, just get it and go home.
Yeah, absolutely. So, but then if you want smooth, out of control,
Quiet.
if you're in an enclosed space, hospitals, nursing, I don't know, stuff like that, super quiet.
Yeah,
So we understand you've got to pick it to suit you.
that's right. And the drills that didn't do so well are still amazing drills that are going to just spank the floor, probably with what you've got at home right now.
Yeah.
This is a very harsh scoring system that pits them against each other.
Yeah.
But like for instance, the Bosch is super short, super comfy, it's light.
Yep.
For a general contractor, as long as you're not doing a lot of masonry drilling with it,
Yep.
it's amazing. Go get it, buy it right
Yeah,
now.
it's tough as nails.
Yeah.
But it's an ugly scorecard
Yeah.
because it shows up some glaring
It's
stuff.
totally comparing them.
Yeah.
So.
Yep.
Anyway, now, so the Dewalt one, we've said that, but I just wanted to sort of talk about a personal pick if we have one, right?
Yep.
If you can only have one of these drills for the rest of your life, and you ignore the platform that it's on and everything, we're just talking about a drill, which one do you want? Do you take the Dewalt or do you take something else?
Yeah, Dwayno's a bit bigger and tougher than me, so we nearly end up in fisticuffs, but that's also bull because I would never do it because I get thumped. But look, I say that because I couldn't get my head away from platform, but if I had to choose a drill and go, you know what, someone's going to give me a drill right now, I'd choose the Hilti because it excites me the most as far as a drill during the test.
Sure.
Because that thing is like going down a velvet slide with velvet undies on, fair dinkum. It is really, really cool.
It is.
But I struggle with that because it's such a bigger story. I'd be heading for this sort of area where I've got big skin range and big platform range.
Sure.
But I know we're not doing a platform review at the moment.
Yep.
So I have to go, I think here, but I'm uncomfortable with the question. I hate the question.
Fair enough. For me, personal picks, I take the Dewalt with a 5 amp hour battery, not the Flex Volt. With a 5 amp hour, it's just a dream.
Yep.
And the Hilti. I'm sorry, I'm cheating.
Okay.
Those two.
Pick one and he picks 2.
Yeah, that's right. Those 2 are just amazing drills, and they are my personal picks.
Yeah, right. So we really are spoiled for choice, though, guys. You know, I don't want to harp on it too much. So this is the last time I'll say it. These are all super drills. This is so hard to choose one. And we're stinking lucky our tool companies are going at the moment. They are punching out some ripping tools.
They
so
are.
really are spoiled.
Now, we hope you liked this review. We have spent a metric butt ton of hours on this. Just so long. So we hope you like it. If you did, please share it. Please get the word out for us.
Yeah.
Like us on our socials.
Yep.
Like this video.
Yeah.
And most importantly, subscribe to the channel.
Yeah, make sure you mate subscribe. But yeah, look, share it out, guys. We love to hear your feedback, and I'm sure we're going to get plenty of feedback here.
Yep.
And we'll respond as quickly as we can, like we usually do.
Awesome. Thanks, guys.
Thanks, guys.
Bye.